Joanna Nelson, the creator of the Mons Tarot, plus I think one or two more, has created a new one called the CosmoBeings Tarot. It had the Kickstarter. Came with the Kickstarter Extras here and a cute little bag. Now, of course, I love the little bag. It's fun. It's sort of a transparent bag, but it's fun. It's perfect sort of add-on for this. Anyway, let's break it open and see what it looks like. We'll go through the extras at the end because everybody watching this wants to obviously see the cards. Obviously, hardbound box. Joanna Nelson, here is the side of it, and here is the back of said box. Tarot deck with additional wild card. Guidebook written by Trish Sullivan. So we got Joanna Nelson and Trish coming in here. Opens pretty standard. With that, you see the little magnet there, the little magnet right there. So it magnetically closes. Very, very nice. I love those. Obviously, very, very thematic and very cool indeed. So here we go. Let's look at the cards and the book. It has a nice smell to it too. There we go. Not too chemically, not too much of a chemical smell. Anyway, there's your Cosmos and the box one more time. And here are the cards. Let's pull off the protection and look at the back. There's the back. I love the back. That looks really good. It is oversized, just like the Mons Tarot. So if you're looking for kind of the same size, you do have kind of the same size with this. If you compare both boxes, I believe they're going to be the same. So yeah, they're going to be the same size. Yep, same size as the Mons Tarot. So I know she has a mini Mons Tarot. This is definitely not it. This is going to be the full size CosmoBeings Tarot. We have a book written by Trish, and oh my, that's a lot of text. That is a nice bit of text with that. So let's skip the book for now, come back to it. And for obviously everybody will want to see the cards. So let's take a look at those after I fix my light. There we go. Meditation is there. Cardstock is pretty traditional for the Mons Tarot. Comes to about here. It is matte. It seems like it's matte. There's a mark across here. I think that's just where the plastic went. Is the mark on the other cards? No. So it's just supposed to be on this one. Anyway, the meditation. Meditation seems to be the extra card that is referred to. All right, now we have the Fool. Let me turn on the other light. That always helps when I turn on the other light. There we go. Now we have maximum illumination. The Fool, we have the Magician. I gotta say, I do like the black and white that has also a little bit of color. So your eyes are obviously directly going to go into the knapsack. I like sort of the not really skeleton, but a feel of maybe kind of a skeleton. The dog sort of looking shocked and surprised. Not really any feet. We just have twigs. And we have the butterflies coming off of it and whatnot. Magician, we have all of the tools being sort of manipulated here. I like the hearts on the wand as well. Interesting. High Priestess, the red focuses towards the crescent moon. I like the feet being wrapped around the crescent moon. That's kind of cool. We have the Empress. All right. We have the Emperor. A little bit of a bearded thing going on there. I like the crown and obviously the Aries reference. And we have the eye. I don't know if that's referring to the Eye of Horus or if that's just an eye of the cosmos. I like the little rat. I like all the little creatures and all the little extra stuff, right? You have a bunch of little rats here that are looking towards the Hierophant for information or for guidance. The Lovers with that connection going on. I like that. I like that spiraling out there. We seem to just repeating the eye on every card, I guess. Sure, why not? The Chariot going over the rainbow is kind of cool. Justice. I like that. That is kind of cool. So it looks like just a little bit of red. So you just have kind of the eye is going to be repeated throughout. And then you have, I mean, I guess sort of a little bit of a red feature in each card. Ooh, I like the Wheel of Fortune. Almost look like a piece of candy or a big lollipop or something. Kind of looks pretty cool. I like the surprised eyes with the highlight within the eye. Kind of nice. The string. I always like our cards because the highlight in the eye is not necessarily reflecting the sun or where the light source is coming from. So you have a highlight like over here, a highlight over here in the eye. So it's almost like a random highlight. It's like I just need to put a highlight in there, but I didn't need to refer to the light source in it. Then we have the lemniscate sort of in there, and we're holding the mouths lying open, and the mane is going to be your thing. Now we have the eye in a different kind of perspective, the hanging bee. We have that along with sort of a rat or a mouse or something like that, like the spider web as well. We have death with the, a little bit of interesting stuff. Sort of a skull on the butterfly, which is kind of unusual, but sure, we can do that. Temperance. I like temperance. The red is the liquid going across. I like the little extra drip. It's almost like the balance is there. The flow is there, but the flow is kind of breaking, or the flow is not complete. It's not exactly where you kind of want to be there. You do have sort of a double fire here with the devil. It's kind of an interesting perspective on that. Then we have the tower with a sort of a shock coming in, and that is going to be your red. Have one of these people on the star kind of just witnessing the whole thing, and somebody considering diving off, or maybe they're communicating with the other person, and this person's kind of on their own. They're like, you know, I'm out of here. The star, as always, pretty cool. You got the bird, you got the pouring of the liquid, you have the stars. I like sort of the trail going through there as well. Kind of interesting, kind of a star trail. The moon, where we're sort of going through there, getting that done. We have the sun with the kite being there. That's sort of interesting. The sun is sort of not colored, not really touched, and the kite being on the sunny day. Sunflowers are not colored as well. So, I mean, hey, that's pretty interesting. Probably easy to crank this one out. I mean, you know, as far as just getting the art done and just sort of making a red highlight in a particular object be kind of cool. You do have the judgment, the rebirth, reincarnation, as we're coming out of, it looks like portal, you know, coming out of portals. And then you have the world, sort of the dance of the world. And then you have sort of the, I guess, the wrapping around the individual being there. Now with the eye very prominent in the Ace of Pentacles, you kind of saw that coming. We have the implied lemniscate in the Two of Pentacles being red and doing the little dance. And then we have the Three of Pentacles with bees. A lot of people do use bees in the Three of Pentacles, in the Eight of Pentacles, sometimes the Ten of Pentacles. You'll see that representation coming through there. It's usually pretty good there. Four of Pentacles is very interesting indeed. Sort of have the hanging on to everything. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, a bit of a snow in the stars. And you have the implied window to the church. Six of Pentacles giving out. You have this person or this individual not really getting anything, but they are getting everything, and this one is competing a little bit more than the other. I like that as far as doing in a reading or sort of expanding out in a reading. You do have competition for the gifts. Interesting. Seven of Pentacles. We're sort of roaming through and digging the hole, doing the raking thing. Eight of Pentacles, sort of working, and then it's going into the portal. That's kind of interesting. So there is a destination for your work, or there is a pathway to where the work is taking place, or there's a pathway to what you're doing being relevant because it's going up here. Nine of Pentacles. Very interesting that the bird is highlighted here. I thought it would be more the greenery or whatnot, but sure, I guess. We have the Ten of Pentacles with the sort of petting. You have a little doorway open there. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, kind of cool. And the Knight of Pentacles. I like that sort of like a glasses almost, like a goggles kind of feel. Knight of Pentacles is carrying an egg. Again, there's sort of some implied Orphic egg. I gotta say, interesting things in here. Queen of Pentacles, the rabbit. So I'm kind of wondering if the black cat is actually going to be a red cat when we get to the Queen of Wands, because the black cat, Queen of Wands, you know how it is. Interesting, almost like a snow globe effect with the King of Pentacles. A lot of greenery in the King of Pentacles. That's sort of interesting. No throne, just standing there. Ace of Swords sort of emerging from the portal. I guess the penetration of Kether is sort of implied there, but it is taking place over there. Then you have the Two of Swords, the blindfold being highlighted. Three of Swords, the upset, the rain. It's sort of interesting that you're touching. So it is touching you. It's almost like the creation of Adam by Michelangelo, right? It is sort of touching you, or it is having an effect on you. The Four of Swords, the snail, very prominent in here. Sort of interesting. Kind of relaxing, all that other stuff. We have, I don't know what that is. I guess a cloud? The Five of Swords, the cloud there. I don't know where the defeatees are, the people that were defeated. I'm not sure. Six of Swords, riding along with the woman and the child. Again, with the goggles, kind of interesting. And a Seven of Swords, going from one portal to the next one. Interesting that the portal does have a little bit of water. Reminds me of Stargate. Reminds me of Stargate, where the portal has a little bit of water. The ties, the restrictions being highlighted on the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, the blanket being there. That's sort of interesting. That is interesting that they're looking up. The swords are going into the portal as well. Kind of like the Eight of Pentacles, where the Pentacles are going into a portal. Now the Nine of Swords were going into a portal. The Ten of Swords, what the hell's going on there? It's like just a definitive break from night into day. I mean, that's an extra meaning, right? You're looking at a transition from night into day. If you're looking at maybe a one day or overnight kind of feel, things are on the cutting edge, and the bleeding is sort of going into the evening. I think that's kind of cool. Then you have, again, implied clouds with the mazes on them, and the feather in the Page of Swords. Knight of Swords, a very active, quick movement. You have a Queen of Swords. That's interesting. We have a butterfly on the end, sort of looking at that. That's more of like a page thing, where the page is constantly sort of looking and scanning at things. You have the King of Swords. The butterfly is definitely going away. You have a double moon, which is sort of interesting. It's almost like it's encompassing or a birth of a butterfly from a cocoon, the cocoon being implied by the double moon. I like the angular stuff on the trees as well. Ace of Wands emerging from the portal with the castle being highlighted. Two of Wands. Okay, I get the globe, I guess. I mean, the globe being there, and we're holding on to a wand with one being independent. So we're holding on to part of it with another being independent. Three of Wands. Interesting. The ship is focused here. The Four of Wands, happy home, happy family, but a beginning. So instead of being way in the back, they're up front. They're up front. And you have the portal and sort of that maze-looking type of thing. Five of Wands, the conflict as we sort of fly around, the wings being highlighted. Six of Wands, I like the pig. I like the pig. There should be more pigs in tarot. We need a pig tarot. The Seven of Wands, the defensiveness and the defensive weapon being used here. I like the expression. More instead of normally it's more of an anguished expression. That's kind of an angry, just like I'm just pissed off at this. That's interesting. You do have sort of a starry movement here with the Eight. The Knight of Wands, the bandage, the injury being highlighted here. And then you have the Ten of Wands. Ooh, the highlight is going to be what is holding all of these things. So if you didn't have that, then all these would slide off and you would not have to hold that. I think that's an interesting perspective there, an interesting highlight. The Page of Wands. Okay, kind of weird that you have these two intersecting lines there, but sure, okay. Knight of Wands, movement, the activity, the fiery aspect. I like the fire being there because that is a very fiery card. You have the Queen of Wands. Nope, the black cat is normal, but the sunflower, whatever, is highlighted. But she is looking at the black cat, so it is getting a little bit of attention, especially with the hearts being on them. Now you have the King of Wands with the lizard. A lot of lizards in the King of Wands, and you have the lizard being highlighted, rightfully so. I do like the sort of the Leo, implied Leo action in the back. You do have the goggles are back, and you're being dipped into the wafer, into the Ace of Cups, which is kind of interesting. Sort of replacing the dove diving down. You have the Two of Cups with the intertwined tentacles coming off their head, and the house. Sort of like an implied Ten of Cups, right? You got the house, the new house in the background. Three of Cups. I like the addition of the grapes, which normally you'll only see on some of the cards, some of the fall type of cards. But yeah, I do like the grapes. Usually there is like fall stuff, you know, fall fruit and what have you down there. Anyway, so it's interesting. They're not as tightly knit or as tightly close as they normally are. The Four of Cups looks pretty cool. I like that portal's highlighted because it is being offered. There's some extra lines. You see these? Like extra lines, like squiggles all around here. That's interesting. You have more squiggles here in the Five of Cups with the Lord of Sorrow and the spillage being highlighted. So very focused on that. The city is not here. That's interesting. So maybe it's replaced by the portals or the planets. You do have the Six of Cups, sort of the trade-off there. That's interesting there. So it's almost like somebody's watching you in that. Seven of Cups, the cloud is interesting. You do have love as an option. And you do have maybe a genie, smoke, sort of implied there. Treasures, wealth, you do have that. You do have the wreath. You do have a snake and the creature, sort of interesting. And the Eight of Cups, that's interesting. So you have an implied way out. You have a way out, basically an implied way out. And now you're having to decide if you need to go through that way out or not. That's sort of interesting. Normally, you're just sort of wandering away. But in this, you have a particular direction that you can go, or at least a way out. Nine of Cups being very happy, very content. I like it. And then we have a Ten of Cups, happy home, happy family, with the home in the background, you know, rightfully so, being the prominent kind of thing. The Page of Cups with the fish, or in this case, maybe a whale, small whale, and the excitement of the Page of Cups. Normally, a Page of Cups is pretty kind of on the fence. Knight of Cups, Mr. Romance himself. That is kind of interesting that you do have the sort of the Hermes wings kind of thing. Hermes wings, yeah. Anyway, the Queen of Cups with the very elaborate cup and the Queen of Cups. I like the expression. We're sort of looking, sort of a dynamic, like what's going to happen next. I like the stars moving towards the portal as well. And finally, the King of Cups with the fish around the neck being cool. That's very nice. All right, let's look at the bonuses we got from Kickstarter. Joanna Nelson included these for free. Thank you, Joanna Nelson. Very cool. This was a rather large campaign. Joanna Nelson's obviously huge as far as name recognition goes. The Mons Tarot has always been there. You get a little sticker of this. It's kind of cool. Multi-part peel-off sticker. I kind of like it. And then we have, I guess, just prints. So we have not really postcards. No, I mean, there's no postcard type stuff. It's just prints. So we have a print of a dude on a cloud. And she signed that one. Is that a legit signature? That is a legit signature with a silver Sharpie. Then you have, there you go, kind of the flying through the air, a little Knight of Swords kind of feel. I believe that was the Knight of Cups kind of feel with the Hermes wings. Then you have the implied maybe Orphic egg with the goggles going on. So it looks like you just have all the knights in there. Now you also get a bookmarks. Let's see how many bookmarks you get and what style they are. I'm definitely going to use those. Throw those into my sketchbook. I mean, I predominantly read ebooks, but I do use these for sketchbooks because the sketchbook normally will have only one tassel to use on your sketchbook. So I will normally use bookmarks from these tarot decks on my sketchbooks. Let's move this aside a little bit and take a look at the three bookmarks you get. I think the style looks pretty good. They're blank on the back. And there is the top and middle. And there is the bottom of the bookmarks. Very cool. So let's take a quick look at, speaking of books, let's take a quick look at the book. You do get a very simplistic one-sentence translation for, there you go, you have a little bit of astrology section in here. You have a translation section here. Then you have a single card draw, 3-card draws, a Cosmos spread, meditation text, and then we go right into the Fool, the High Priestess, the Empress. You can pause this and read it. We'll go to a couple more. We'll go to some Swords. You can pause that and read that. And then we'll go to, I want to do some courts. Where's the courts? There's 4, 5, 9, and Knight. There we go, the Queen and the King of the courts. And then finally, the 9 through the Knight. There you go. You can pause that and read that, and read it on your own time there. I like the little keywords being right here, so you just quickly know. You don't have to read the entire thing every time. And at the end, we have acknowledgments. So there you go, Trish and Joanna. There we go. Very cool. Very cool. Very good packaging. I love the little bag. I love everything about it. I mean, I have to use this. This looks great. Normally, I shy away from black and white decks, but I think this one's done well enough. I think it's done. It's a fun deck, and it's kind of hard to turn this down. Let me know what you think about the CosmoBeings Tarot. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.